Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to yet another fun, entertaining, and informative segment of Fun with the Mayor. With us today is the Chief of the West Lafayette Fire Department, Chief Tim Heath, and also with us is the Deputy Chief of the West Lafayette Fire Department, Tony Schutter. What we're going to do today, folks, is hopefully we're going to answer some of those questions that people have about firefighting, about firefighters, about some of the apparatus that we use, and about how the City of West Lafayette ensures our citizens that they're not only well protected, but they have a professional firefighting unit that makes sure that what needs to be done will be done, and will be done in a safe and efficient manner. But first off, Chief, what do we have behind me here? This is one great big piece of machinery. What is this?
This is ladder 2. This is a 45-foot long ladder unit that actually the ladder extends to 95 feet.
Do we have anything in the city that we need to get that level of height on?
We do, and we're continuing to build buildings that will need a truck like this and potentially bigger.
Okay. Well, and as we look at this, we see that there's a lot of equipment on it. Now, Deputy Chief, I understand you're the guy that sort of is the master of all this amazing apparatus. What do we have here, and how does it apply to fighting fires? Now,
this truck here is capable of putting a lot of water on a lot of heat at once. The rest of our trucks, we use a lot of foam. This truck is set up kind of comparable to some of our engines as far as we have some medical on here if needed, a lot of ventilation, extra hose, and extra tools and air packs.
when we talk about the lifespan of a fire truck, is this considered old equipment, new equipment? How long? What's the lifespan of a truck?
15, 20 at the max, but 15 years, and it depends on the hours that we're going to put on it and everything, but the maintenance kept up on it and the annual inspections and everything is crucial.
Okay. All right. Well, let me take a walk around and we see what we got here.
When we pull up on a scene and we have a large working structure fire, this is one of the last trucks we put into play because it's critical where we position it and how much water we're going to need. So we only get one chance to position it. So we make sure we make it right the first time. Like Deputy Chief said, we're looking for big water. So we have you'll see a lot of intakes where the water comes in. So we've got a lot of outflow and we can put big water on the fire. So we get one shot, we position it, we run our lines to it. It only carries 200 gallons of water to start, and we can dump that 200 gallons of water in about 12 seconds. So if that tells you how fast we can pump water.
Well, it tells me how fast, but it also tells me how hard that water is coming out.
Every day we're looking at different ways that we can put a fire out faster. We want to do less damage. We want to do less water damage, less damage to the structure. It saves the residents money. Their insurance bills are lower, and we're actually just looking out for them.
Very cool. Well, now comes, I guess, one of my dreams fulfilled. I'm going to drive a fire truck. So, ladies and gentlemen, stand by. We're about ready to engage. Okay, I need guidance here. So, right. Chief, if you take the mic.
So, sir, the first thing you're going to do is put your seatbelt on, because that is our standard operating policy.
Nice.
Foot on the brake, and the yellow plunger that is next to the start button, push that in. You're going to select D for drive. And you're now engaged. So much like driving your own truck. Okay, so what you're going to do now, sir, is you're going to go left to go right.
Huh?
You're going to swing out.
Alright, go this way?
Yep, go left. Not real hard. All right. Now you want to come back right, checking your mirrors. And tighter. Keep coming tight. Watch your mirrors in the back. And now go right again. Yeah, you got to be very aware of your surroundings. And you can turn them over.
You can?
Yes, you can.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
So that rope's your air horn.
Now this I like. Now we're going to do something that most people have probably never experienced before. We're going to take a 78,000-pound firefighting mobile apparatus and spiral around one of our brand new roundabouts. One of the questions that citizens had when we put these in here were, is this going to inhibit emergency response? Is this going to slow down our ability to get to someplace quickly? Well, obviously, with the expert driving skill set of Deputy Chief Tony Schutter, I think we've put a lot of those concerns to bed. Good job, Chief. You know, one thing I gotta admire is the fact how people truly do respect emergency vehicles in this community. Traffic stopping on both sides of the road to let us get back to where we need to be.
I think it's important for our citizens to know that when emergency lights are on, that they should keep 500 feet back from any emergency vehicle instead of being right on the tailgate. A lot of times we're thinking about a lot of other things and we can't see that car who's right behind us. And when we do back in, they are required to stop by law.
There you go. Well, we just got back from this incredible experience on a fire truck, and we're now at fire station number 3 on the north end of the city of West Lafayette. And my name's John Dennis, the mayor of the city of West Lafayette, and with me is Tim Heath, our fire chief. And we would like to continue with fun with the mayor. Tim, why don't you tell us about the fire station and kind of what makes this different than just any other Quonset hut, any other pole barn, any other small city structure? What do we got going on here?
Well, this building's a little bit of everything. It's a home to the firefighters. They think of it as their home, but it's also a community building. Mm-hmm. It's somewhere where we can have community events. We can have our citizens, if they're ever in need, can always come to. This is one location. It's always here, and they can always come to this location for help.
Now, obviously, this is where we keep our firefighting apparatus, and I got to ask you, how come these things are always so shiny?
Well, the real answer to that is pride. These guys have a lot of pride in their equipment, and they have a lot of pride in their trucks. Once again, it's their home. They take care of the building like it's their home. They take care of the equipment like it's their own vehicle. So they really do take care of their stuff.
That's good to know. That's good to know. Okay, let's say we have a fire call come out. What happens? Where do the guys come from? The doors are open. Where do they grab their stuff? Just kind of walk me through what happens in the event that we get a call.
Okay, when the fire call comes in, the tones will go off, and over the loudspeakers will tell them where they're going. They'll come out of the doors, or if they're in their bedrooms in the middle of the night, they'll come out of their bedrooms. If they're in the living room eating dinner, first they congregate at the map. They look at the map of the city. They know the address. They know the nearest hydrant. They plan out their game plan before they even come to the truck. Mm-hmm. And if you look around, they've got their boots laid out, their coats are laid out, all their equipment is ready to go. So at the drop of a hat, so to speak, they jump in their boots, pull up their suspenders, jump in the truck, and then the next phase of the operation begins, which is heading to the scene. If it's a
firemen by title, the presumption is that that's what they do. Their sole purpose on this planet is to fight fires and keep citizens safe. But that has changed over the past 15 or 20 years. That's not exclusively what they do anymore. And I'd venture to guess that's probably not what they spend most of their time doing anymore. Is that correct?
It's not. 65% of the time we're doing medical calls, and that number's rising. We're doing more medical than we are fire. Small hazardous material spills. We have a county hazmat team. If it's a big spill, we'll call them in to assist us. They could do high angle rescues. They could, we've rescued ducks out of the sewers. I mean, they'll do anything the community really asks us to do. One of our assistant chiefs always says, tell us what you want done, we'll find a way to do it.
Outstanding. Great public service, as a matter of fact. There's a presumption, again, because of the living accommodations in a fire station. The presumption is that firefighters just sit around drinking coffee and eating donuts until the bell goes off. And in all sincerity, there couldn't be anything further from the truth, correct?
There actually couldn't be anything further from the truth. The donuts are gone. These guys do lead a very healthy lifestyle. They're in the weight rooms, physically training every day. Almost every guy we have here does some sort of physical exercise every day while on duty. You're right. They're training, medical training, as we're out here right now. They're having a medical course where they're learning about how to treat patients differently. The next shift they come on, they'll probably do some sort of fire training and then a hazmat training. It's a constant training, hundreds of hours a month.
And again, this is required. It's not just because they choose to. They have to be certified and they have to get their training up to date in order to be actually a professional firefighter. Is that correct?
That's very true. The state of Indiana monitors what we do. They look at our training, and our training actually plays into our ISO rating, which is a 3. Mm-hmm. And so that helps our insurance rates, it helps our homeowners, it helps our citizens. Mm-hmm. And these guys and our administrations work very hard to get us to a 3.
And the one thing we need to note is it's a scale from 10 to 1, 1 being the highest, 10 being the lowest, correct?
That's correct.
And we're at a 3, which is outstanding. We really appreciate that. Are we safe here in this community?
We're very safe in this community. We have not only our department, but there are 13 very well-trained departments in the county.
And then again, when it comes to the training and education of our community, if you had to give just, 10 seconds of the best advice you could give a citizen, what would you say?
I would tell them to change your smoke detectors every year, the batteries in those. Make sure your detectors aren't more than 10 years old. Never think that you can't have a fire, because everyone can. Fire is not discriminative. It looks at everybody and can happen anywhere.
How about an escape plan? Should they have an escape plan?
Should always have an escape plan and a plan to meet up with your family members and your children once you get outside of the building.
Good. And then you've been a firefighter for how many years?
Almost 30.
Okay. And in your experience, have you ever seen somebody who is not telling the truth? Have you ever actually seen their pants come on fire?
Twice.
That's my guy. All right. Mayor John Dennis with Fire Chief Tim Heath with yet another fun and entertaining as well as informative experience. Okay, again, my name's John Dennis, the mayor of the city of West. I really have.
Hi, I'm Tim Heath. He's the mayor of West Lafayette. He can't talk right now, so I'm going to cover this for him. We've had a great time with Fun with the Mayor. Have a great day.
That was awesome.